I'm going to preamble for a couple of minutes so I can hopefully get this video in the algorithm, because this is going to be a very serious and important subject for me. I need as many people to know about this as possible because nobody seems to want to talk about it for some reason. I waited a couple of days so I could get my emotions under control and to see if any satisfactory developments have unfolded and to see if any larger content creators would cover it, but unfortunately, besides my gang Omni here, nobody seems to want to do it. I want to make something clear before we continue. I'm going to be talking about some pretty heavy topics around SA. I'm not normally one for trigger warnings, but this is actually making me emotionally disturbed, and I don't want to be responsible for subjecting someone to an emotional episode if they're already having a rough day or something. These two streamers did one of the most disgusting and horrific things you can do to someone, and nothing is being done about it. I won't just be talking about them. I'll be bringing up another similar incident at TwitchCon later in the video and try to explain why people need to stand on business more about boundaries so these sorts of disgusting monsters can't keep getting away with literally assaulting people out in the open on camera without fear of repercussions. Another thing is, I may be compared to some sort of red pill channel or something by the end of this. I ain't like that. Here's the lineup of videos I got coming out for this channel. This is just genuinely disgusting to me, especially someone who's had to deal with a similar situation growing up, and I need to get it out there that this ain't right and something needs to be done about it. People might not take me seriously here because I'm going to be speaking emotionally. I have been and known people that have been victimized in the same way that these people have. And I feel like this needs to be said because almost nobody is saying anything about it. Spread this video around, please. Everybody needs to know how dangerous these people are and what they're willing to do, and even the response sickens me. This is Saeed. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. But recently he came out about being attacked by Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer. From what I saw and looked up, it looks like he's one of the assistant dudes to a content creator / streamer known as Silky. I just wanted to shout out Tevin here for bringing it to Omni's attention, and by extension, my attention. In a message to Twitter posted a few weeks ago, Saeed said, and I quote, "I've been vocal about the situation originally and nobody cared. It took me a lot to talk about it again, and for the third time it has hurt me once again, where it'll take me time to heal from it again. I've been invalidated by the other parties, which don't realize what it did." The simple fact that somebody has to make this sort of situation about this sort of situation sickens me to my core. I'm gonna wait to pull the role reversal card, but you know it's coming up. I'm gonna be using footage provided by my gang Omni, because at the end of the day, if he strikes my video down, I know I can reach out and he'll talk about it. I've been watching him for a while and he seems like someone that won't be petty over someone covering a serious situation, using some of his material to genuinely spread word about a situation in good faith. Meanwhile, Nina Lynn, I believe, will 100% tell me to my face she ain't going to copyright strike me and then do it, and I'll get to why in a minute. So I actually went out and looked at the full thing, and it took me over half an hour of having to pause, pace, breathe, and come back to watch it again. It's genuinely disgusting how blatantly Zoe Spencer straight up sexually assaulted Saeed here. Like straight up jail time sex offender registry straight up sexually assaulted him. Because before we get into it, Zoe Spencer went and tried throwing her, and as my boy Omni so eloquently put it, dirty ass cheeks on him. The other guy here straight up said Saeed wasn't consenting. He didn't want it. And Nina Lynn grabs and holds Saeed down in a clear and violent act caught on camera of sexual assault on a good day and attempted rape on a not so good day. And Zoe Lynn out here straight up molesting him and also attempted rape, caught on camera. You might be asking, rape's a little harsh, isn't it? And I'm just gonna say, this is alleged. I have to say it's alleged so they don't sue me, because I ain't got nothing to sue for. So before they sue me, I'm gonna say, hey, this has to be alleged, even though it's on camera, and it's literally right here.
No, you can't.
He's 23,
No,
he's consensual.
no, he's not consenting.
Yes, he is.
He's not even saying nothing.
He likes it.
He's not.
That said, it turns out there is a follow-up. Saeed said that when he was laying on the bed, Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer straight up held him down and tried to remove his clothes. This part ain't on camera, but considering that Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer are on camera straight up sexually assaulting Saeed, I'm inclined to believe him. So in my opinion, I'm alleging he ain't lying and Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer attempted to rape this man, or at the very least molest him by trying to pull off his clothes against his will. And it upsets me because I get what he's going through. Omni here talked about how in the black community it's seen as an honor or something if some lady sexually assaults you, even if you're a little boy. And out there in the boonies where they got mudding and hunting and redneck mountain folk where I grew up, it's the same thing. If you're a guy that got assaulted, you can't say anything about it because that makes you weak. And they're a woman anyway, so you could like throw her off you or something anyway. And I'm gonna tell you that ain't true. You might be asking why, and it's simple biology. Men and boys are, as mammals, scientifically, biologically, meant to be the bigger, stronger, protective side of the species in terms of gender. The men go out to war, hunt, fish, do all the macho stuff, be the big, strong, buff guys, right? And women are meant to be the soft, motherly, stay-at-home, weaker side. And this isn't meant to insult or jab, that's just facts. It's biology and nature. It happens with horses and oxen and people and mammals of all sorts. That's just how our brains and bodies are instinctively hardwired. So regardless of the reason, if you hear about a lady beating up on her boyfriend, most people are conditioned to just roll their eyes or scoff at the guy. But regardless of the reason, if you hear about a man beating a woman, you're going to think he's some violent, evil monster. And you want to know what causes that sort of behavior? It's stuff like this not being taken seriously. People bottle it up, and then it messes up their relationships later on, or they feel a certain way about the other gender because of something like this, and they take it out on them because abuse creates more abuse. Most of the awful people in the world, they're created because they were treated a certain way, the same as this, and then they tried to get help, or they just bottled it up, and then it all came out and just completely ruined their lives and the lives of the people around them. Plus, it's on camera. How you think it's going to be taken in the court of public opinion if you see a man smacking a woman on camera? As a guy in this situation, there just ain't no winning. We're slowly starting to bridge that gap and having it taken more seriously, but we still ain't there yet, and it's disgusting. On top of that, Nina Lynn made a response.
Everyone else who is talking about me right now, whoever creator, whatever streamer, I truly could give a fuck. I don't care. Okay, anything they say, I don't care. What happened is between me and him, I will literally talk to him, and if he doesn't want to talk, that's completely fine. Whatever happens, I'm only worried about him. I'm worried if he's okay and if his mental is okay. That's it. Because at the end of the day, the person that really got hurt was him, and it wasn't me or nothing. So I'm not really over here being like, but what about me? It's like Chad, I'm always be all right, bro. Trust me. But I want to make sure he's okay. Dead ass.
So I want to talk about what she said here about how it's between her and him, and she just worried about him and all that. No, she ain't. She's literally talking like an abuser. A disgusting, violent, sexual abuser. She literally held him down and assaulted him on camera, and now she's out here trying to isolate her victim that she abused, to silence him and make him think that being sexually assaulted because he's a man or something, and apparently people be thinking all men want nothing but having booty cheeks thrown at them all the time, which ain't true. And Nina Lynn out there thinking it's okay because he's a man. And I'm just assuming at this point, she didn't say that. This is just what I personally think. But based on general cultural beliefs and public opinion, that's just usually how it goes. I cannot tell y'all how many times I heard a woman act surprised when she thinks, oh, so men don't want to be doing all this stuff all the time. And it's not everybody, it's just something that I've seen happens enough to where it surprises me. I mean this respectfully, but Saeed ain't a big dude. She was holding him down and he was kind of smiling and laughing all nervous like, yeah, but you know who else does that? Those women in videos where creeps randomly call up to them late at night, trying to get weird with them and get their number and all that for their dating courses so they can scam a bunch of lonely guys and give them thousands of dollars a month. Excuse me, my red pill hate got out there a little bit. That brings me to one last thing I'll be touching on before I wrap up this video. We're gonna role reversal here. Yeah, you thought I forgot, huh? I'm gonna make this quick because unlike this situation, everybody and their mother talked about this one. There was a content creator called Emiru. There is a content creator called Emiru. And in order to do an event with their community, Twitch required her under contract to attend TwitchCon, despite her having concerns with a lack of security to the point of bringing her own security guard. Now, not only could she not bring her preferred security guard because the guy did his job at a previous TwitchCon and got permanently banned for simply holding the dude while waiting on the police because he's, you know, a security guard doing his job, but the security was so lax that Emiru got sexually assaulted on stage in front of an audience because of Twitch having such poor security. And the dude walked up to her, grabbed her and held her down, and then assaulted her, and only got a 30-day ban from TwitchCon. This is an absolutely disgusting act that Twitch should be sued for, and the monster that did this needs to be 1000% arrested and put on the sex offender registry. You feel that anger in your gut over the lack of consequence and accountability leading to this poor lady getting into this awful situation? Yeah, that's my point. Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer, however, aren't random nobodies unlike this guy. They're popular streamers with an audience of potentially vulnerable people that they could also prey on. If they was willing to do this to Saeed on camera, think about what they'd be doing with their fans behind the scenes, or at least what they're willing to do if they keep going unchecked and are allowed to assault as many people as they want without consequences. They need to be held accountable, and more people need to be aware of the situation. So please, spread this video, share it with everyone you know. Please, please, please make sure they don't get away with this. And make sure Twitch and that disgusting monster that assaulted Emiru doesn't get away with it either. Now, this was a pretty upsetting video to make, and I'm sure it was very upsetting and uncomfortable to sit through. But I want to end it on a more positive note. The government shutdown in the US is still in effect, and that means SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, is ending until the government opens again. As someone on SNAP, I'm fully aware of how much this is going to be affecting people's, and most importantly, families' abilities to put food on the table. I talk a big game about wanting to make a difference in the world, and this is where I can start. I'm going to start a charity event, and as a guy in a basement, basically having no idea what I'm doing, the way I'm going to be doing this is a bit unorthodox, but this is a knee-jerk reaction, and I'm open to suggestions on better optimizing it. Starting November 3rd, I'm going to be streaming a grinding session for the first Monster Hunter game for the PlayStation 2 to beat the multiplayer stuff, making a super overpowered build in the game. I'm going to be taking any and all direct donations to my PayPal here on the screen or my Cash App here, and on November 10th, I'm going to be streaming myself going to our local shopping center and getting a bunch of canned goods for our local food shelter. I plan on getting up about $250, and if I can, I'll put in $50 of my own money and spend that and whatever else was donated on what I can for our local shelter. Because I know they don't be getting a paycheck for this, but they still gonna get swamped. I'll be posting any updates I get in real time in the form of screenshots every time I do get a donation. And when I donate the food, I don't want to be trying to clout chase on philanthropy, so I'll probably just take a picture of the food being delivered after I stream myself buying the food, with a screenshot of the total amount sent to make sure the prices match up, as well as a picture of the receipt from the store. And then after that, see if one of the people there want to leave a message or something. If not, it is what it is, but I won't be putting people in the spotlight like that without getting an okay from them first. And for those of you wondering why I'm doing this drive instead of paying out of pocket and keeping quiet about it, it's because I'm broke. Remember, I'm on food stamps too, but spending $50 just means I'll have to eat ramen for a week or two. I won't be starving myself. I'm broke, but I can still afford to help a little, and that's what this is all about. Everyone putting in a little effort to make a big difference. That said, thanks for being here, and thanks for watching.